Cold Steel AD-15 LITE. Is it good? Is it bad? I'm going to give you my first impressions. AD-15 LITE. This is not my knife, so I'm not going to be bouncing off some rocks. I'm going to give you my first impressions, what I honestly truly think about this knife. This is actually from House of Blades here. Of course, code Barbarian for 10% off. Alright, so this is Cold Steel's AD-15 LITE. It's very similar to the original AD-15. Very fun knife to fidget, actually, believe it or not, but it's really big. This is a work tool. So this steel is Oz 10. Of course, what you need to know about Oz 10 is great edge retention, very important for the person outdoors. You know, this is a work knife, and corrosion resistant. This knife is not going to rust on you, so you do need to know that this is going to hold up. You can be in all the elements outside, and it's snowing out a little bit. You're going to be able to use this knife without worrying about the edge and worrying about it rusting. Two very important things, so that's really all you need to know about Oz 10. So the locking system here is called the Scorpion lock. Inside here, all you got to do is pull up here and it will just fold. You can see there's the locking bar area that it locks into. Very easy. Cold sight. The detent is solid. You're not going to flip that open by accident. It does open when you do want to open it. All you do is throw it shut. One thing that is important when it comes to a work knife is you're going to be outside. A lot of times, you know, weather is weather. Are you going to be able to use it with a pair of gloves? And let's put it through the test. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There you go. Proof is there. I showed you it can be done. So along with the blade steel being great for work, it does have that little swedge up there. It's a little thick behind there, so I'm glad that they did add that in there. You can kind of see it's a little thick, but not too bad. It's a hefty knife. We were looking about 6 ounces. Not too bad. This knife has got a thumb stud on both sides, so it's very ambidextrous for you lefties out there, of course. We're showing off the blade here. Let me go ahead and wipe the blade off here. I've got my Dickinson Trading Post pouch. Let me grab my awesome Hank. I know it's a work knife, but you know, we're on camera here. I'm gonna wipe her clean here. Make sure it's nice and clean for you guys. There we go. Take a good look at it here. Very smooth looking knife here. I think it's snowing out a little bit. Along with the, I think it's Grivory, some type of plastic, of course, makes it lighter and cheaper, of course. It does not have a deep carry pocket clip, and that's okay. This knife is going to be one that you're probably going to be pulling out with gloves. You want a good purchase, and to be honest with you, that is the epitome of the perfect amount. You're not going to be concealing this. This isn't going to be a knife that you're going to keep in your pocket and try to get away with nobody seeing it, of course. It does have a lanyard hole. You know me, I like my lanyard. Not that you really need it necessarily. Let's go over some of the specs here. Overall blade length, 3.5 inches. The overall length of the entire knife is 8.5 inches. Pretty big, hefty knife. The steel, of course, we talked about that's that Japanese Oz 10A steel. The weight is 6.2 ounces. The blade thickness we talked about earlier is 3.8 millimeters. And the handle, 5 inches with this Griv X. It's kind of like a Grivory. So I did bring out a couple knives to compare it in size-wise, and we talked about the size. I brought out 2 knives. I'm not comparing the 2 knives by no means, but here's the Bug Out by Benchmade, and here is the Cold Steel AD-15 LITE. You can kind of see the size comparison. Like I said, I'm not comparing the 2 knives, I'm comparing the size. I'm just using it for reference, as all. And another knife I thought most people would compare it to It's a knife that I would have compared it to immediately, of course, is the Demco AD-20.5, another lighter weight knife. You can see the size difference is quite dramatic here. But you know, I just, like I said, wanted to show you a size comparison. This is the Shark Lock, of course. I really do like that Shark Lock. And of course you got the Scorpion Lock. That Scorpion Lock though is really cool. I really do like that. Open her up and it just slides open. The tighter you squeeze, the more that lock is not going to let loose. One thing that I think that would make this knife better is the jimping here. This jimping here is really good. I wish though it was a little more aggressive. I know that sounds really weird, but this is going to be a knife that you're going to be wearing gloves in while handling it. So I think the jimping is really important. I really wish it was a little more aggressive, being a work style knife. This is a knife that you're really going to be able to beat up. You're really going to be able to take this knife outdoors with you, camping, and do some heavy, hard work. Let me know down in the comments here, what do you guys think? Do you think you're going to pick this up here? Like I said, House of Blades right now has this for $99, the time we're recording this. And of course, 10% off gets you a discount using the code Barbarian. Definitely check out House of Blades and check out the Cold Steel AD-15 LITE.